In this video I'll be talking about the wearable devices that I have and how I use them, how I came to decide to get the ones that I've got. The ones that I have are the Polar M430 and the Polar H10 strap, chest strap, and I also use a Beddit 3 device, which I lay that on my bed and I sleep on this thing, and it transfers the information to the Beddit 3 app, which I have on my iPhone. So about 2 months ago I bought the Beddit 3 device, and my main inspiration for getting that was this book, which is Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, published this year in 2017. He talks about sleep and the importance of sleep, and basically that got me motivated to thinking about how I could improve the way that I sleep. Yeah, each night I get this sort of circle thing that tells me how well I've slept, and there's also a graph telling me what was the sleep amount in this particular occasion, 8 hours and 1 minute. Things like time to fall asleep and also sleep efficiency. I find that feedback very useful, and it sort of convinces me that I'm sleeping okay, or that I need to get a bit more sleep, develop techniques for doing that. One of the things that using the Beddit 3 device has taught me is that I'm able to go to sleep and then wake up and then go back to sleep. Yeah, find the app reassuring that I'm able to do that. It was one of the suggestions in an appendix at the back of this book. He talks about the approach of if you're not going to sleep for about 20 minutes, to get up and do something different and then come back to bed afterwards, rather than lying in bed awake for a long time. So the other device that I got is the Polar watch, the M430, and 6 weeks ago I went for a run and was huffing and puffing from that, and felt pretty sore afterwards for the next 3 days. And I'd been doing kettlebell exercises for a few years, but this was, going for this run was something different that I'd done, and felt particularly exhausted from it, that I'd overdone it. So I think I was leafing through this Fitness for Dummies book. It's a fairly old one, but it was talking about heart rate monitors, and I'd had the success with this Beddit 3 device, and so thought getting a heart rate monitor might be a good idea. As well as getting the M430 watch, I got the chest strap, and my main reason for getting the chest strap is that when I'm doing kettlebell exercises, I'm often holding the kettlebell like this, on my wrist, so it doesn't work to be wearing a watch while you're doing those sort of kettlebell exercises. So for me, the chest strap was important for doing that. I'm able to get information on the exercises that I'm doing using the Polar Flow app on my iPhone. And I also connect to it on the internet, where you get more detailed information about how things are going. But I'm able to look at the exercise, look at how I've been doing in a particular exercise, how hard I've been working at it, and compare one exercise session with another exercise session. I've been able to look at it, and if sometimes I've run too fast too quickly at the beginning of a run, my heart rate's gone too high too quickly, and then I've had to slow down on the second half of the run. Most recent run that I did, was able to control my heart rate so that I was in the zone 4, the yellow zone, for the first half of the run, and then in the red zone with my heart rate for the second half of the run. So so that sort of technique worked out better for me, and so there's been an process of experimenting there. One of the parts of the app that I find particularly useful is looking at the recovery status, which looks where I'm looking at how much exercise it's looking at how much exercise I've done in the last few days, and therefore whether I'm in the balance zone or I'm at the under training zone, undertrained, or whether I've gone into strained, working too hard. And I'm able to look at that in more detail by going to the week view, and I can kind of see, I'm able to make decisions. Is it a good time to be taking a break, or is it a good time to do some exercise now? So it sort of helps me make those decisions about whether to take a break or not. So yeah, I've found these devices useful. If your circumstances are different, if you don't do kettlebell exercises, you perhaps don't need the chest strap the way I think I did. When I bought the Beddit 3 device, which I just sleep on this strap, I was a bit anxious about wearing a watch at night. Would that improve my sleep, or would it cause me to sleep poorly because of the distraction of wearing this watch? But perhaps if you've got a limited budget, perhaps it's worth it while trying out a watch device and see whether it works for monitoring your sleep on its own. A couple of days ago I was at Mountain Designs, and they were selling the M200 Polar watch for $120. So perhaps it'd be possible to get into these wearables, or try these wearables for as little as $120. So I hope this has been helpful and useful to people. Thanks for watching.